Hello, folks. Well, it's Monday, and I just finished my whole day of teaching. It's only 4 hours of teaching, but it's an early start, and then there's a big gap until the next class, so it ends up being a long day, long and tiring day. And students were still curious about their term and midterm marks. And then I had a test for which some of them found out results today because some of them had really bad marks. And I thought perhaps they would like to redo their test. So I gave them that option. So, a number of them found out their marks, and we had discussions about that. Plus, we, level 2 teachers had a meeting last Thursday, I believe I mentioned it. And we discussed students at risk, and some of us were supposed to speak with certain students who were at risk about their marks and about their work and attitudes and whatever. So all that is sort of being worked out. Anyway, I also got to school very early today because my printer, the toner, is failing, and no matter what I do these days, it's not very good. So I usually print off downtown when I work at Link at night because they have a fairly good printer. But I wanted some stuff today, so I went early to the college, and unless I go to the printing or output shop, or I love being at a loss for words. Yeah. English teacher can't talk. All the equipment in the English as second language department is old. Computers are old, so my USB doesn't work there, so I have difficulty printing there. So I go to the computer lab where they have nice modern computers, and I don't usually print there, but I thought, okay, I'll just go up there, plug in my USB and print everything off from there. Well, the printer isn't very good there. So I used it, and it'll do, but it's not very nice. It's not as good as my printer was, or at Link is. So that was frustrating. I had to do overheads, and they're, faded and not like students mind terribly, but it's really nice when they're crisp and dark and good. And these aren't terrible, they're fine, but they could be better. They could be better. I mean, that's pretty, see-through. Now it's a cartoon and everything, but still. What are you doing? Get out of my backpack. Yeah, you're stuck, aren't you? Yeah. So that's why I was there so early, and that's why I ended up being so tired. And then each class had issues of different kinds. So I ended up not arguing, but having a discussion with one student about her sentence assignment from last week, which I said, do you want to rewrite this because it's 5 out of 10? And she started going over the marks and the sentences and finding out what the problems were. And I said, well, these are 2 sentences. This isn't one sentence. I asked you to make one sentence. I asked you to use these sentences, put them together, and make one complex sentence. What you have done is simply put 2 sentences, one after the other. And what she had done, she had misunderstood the rule that there should be a capital letter at the beginning of the sentence and a period at the end of the sentence. And after a period, the beginning of the next sentence should start with a capital. Well, what she had done is she had taken a sentence that had at the end of it the US. Not at the end of it. Yes, at the end of it. No. Anyway, the US, which is an abbreviation with periods to mark the abbreviation. And then she had thought, well, since there are periods, the next word has to have a capital. And so she had capitalized the next word, and it just happened to be the two separate sentences that she was trying to combine, but she was doing it wrong anyway. But she was trying. There are a couple of students in that class who actively argue the structure and way that English works. I said, well, it doesn't matter. That's not how it's said in English. That isn't said in English. We don't say that. We don't do things that way. If you want to change it, talk to somebody else. But this is not how English is done, how English is spoken. And I don't care if it's not logical. That's the way it is. If you want people to not understand you, then keep talking that way or writing that way, because they won't. You see how often I misunderstand you, and I explain why I misunderstood you. That's why. So you have to change your way of speaking in order for me to understand you. And I'm a person who really understands second language speakers. So I'm only trying to fix your English so that other people understand you. But if I really don't understand you, it must be really bad for me not to understand you, because I'm really understanding second language speakers. But this one guy, he actively argues with me. He says, but it doesn't make sense. I said, oh, fine, it doesn't make sense. It's English. You can't argue sense when you come to English. Anyway, so this woman who made a mistake, misunderstood, whatever, but I can't give her the mark because she misunderstood. That's called a mistake. Next time, don't make that same mistake. Learn from it. I'm sorry that you misunderstood, but no one else did. No one else made that mistake. They didn't misunderstand. They don't misunderstand. So on and so forth. So those are the things that those ended my day. That ended my day. Yes, that was a conversation that ended my day. So it's not like that is a big problem or anything, but after being so tired because I started so early, yeah. Fun and games. And I have lots more things to talk about, but whatever. My time's running out. I don't want to talk that long anyway. So those are some of my frustrations. I will motor on. Talk to you later, folks.